Yo, what is up, guys? XRP is at $1.11 right now on CoinMarketCap. Our first tweet comes from Bit4Coins. Rumors: Elon Musk will integrate XRP on X Money. Our next tweet comes from the Crypto Squire. Something's off. Elon Musk got asked about XRP and his whole vibe shifted instantly. Bitcoin and Doge get easy shoutouts, but XRP brings hesitation. That kind of silence from the richest man in the room isn't random. Silence is a signal. Let's watch this video.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. This is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP, but I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
Smash that subscribe button and hit that like button if you believe XRP will reach $3 again this year. Our next tweet comes from the Crypto Squire. The official currency of X should be XRP, and deep down Elon Musk knows it. Our next tweet comes from Ripple XRP. Trump's son says there isn't a true replacement for XRP. He argues there isn't a single function in today's banking system that XRP can't handle. Let's watch this video.
Lawfare, and that's what opened my eyes. I mean, I'm a hard asset guy. My entire life has been building real, hotels, golf courses, real estate buildings, right, commercial buildings, etc. That's what I've done. If there's anybody's eyes who shouldn't have been open to the world of cryptocurrency, it was mine. Other than I realized the power that these banks had, and I realized how they were exerting that power, and they were canceling businesses all over our country. It was political. It was forced. They were targeting people that they didn't like. It wasn't fair. And then you realize that there's not a single thing that those banks do that can't be done better, cheaper, more efficiently, faster on blockchain. I mean, why is it that the modern financial system runs 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Why is it, Maria, that if you want to go get a loan and you've been banking with a certain bank for 30 years, it would probably take you 100 days to go do it, and you'd be filling out antiquated paper forms? It doesn't make sense, right? And again, that's why I fell in love with crypto. And I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value, immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and something we're really excited about.
Our next tweet comes from Bank XRP. Trump himself named XRP for the U.S. Crypto Strategic Reserve. Now Congress is building a digital asset stockpile for all seized crypto. They're not just acknowledging XRP, they're legislating it. Our next tweet comes from SmokeDQG. DTCC ISDA webinar reveals key details behind the 2026 tokenization rollout plans. Let's watch this video.
Great. And then you mentioned this is like there's a pilot phase going on, right? So there's a timing angle to this. Perhaps you could say a bit about what you see as being the phasing of this project.
Yeah, so we're expecting to have our first launch in early Q3, and that first launch will be limited in scale, both in terms of numbers of assets and numbers of participants. We'll do it will be a live pilot, and it will be doing it in a way that we make sure that everything happens appropriately and in a controlled way. From there, our participants will have more access to our testing environments throughout the summer, and then we're expecting a phased rollout from into the fall, so October, and then beyond towards the end of the year. And through that phased rollout, we will increase the amount of assets that will be available. So on day one, it will be a very narrow set of assets just to verify that the process works in production. And then we will add the numbers of assets, meaning that we won't go from 0 to 1,000. We'll probably go from 0 to 20 and 100 and then beyond. And again, really just to maintain that control framework to make sure that everything's working properly, so the volume can be scaled in a way that's controlled, and that our members have, and the market has the opportunity to both see how it works, see how things interact, develop their frameworks and structures, because we really are doing this in parallel. What we're building and the market is building, again, wallets and policies and procedures and all those kind of things that need to be done. So it will happen over time, gradually throughout I would say, the end of Q3 towards the end of the year, and then from 2027 we really expect to ramp up.
Very exciting. That's great.
Our next tweet comes from Watcher Guru. Just in, White House officials to meet with U.S. senators to help advance Crypto Clarity Act. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Daily News. BlackRock can't speak on XRP equals NDA. Elon Musk can't speak on XRP equals NDA. Wake up, people. If you don't see through this, then you are a sleeping sheep. Let's watch this video.
How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right. They're giving me the rap. Thank you.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. This is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP, but I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
You still working with Ripple at all as a company? I know that there was some extracurricular activity that was working its way through the courts, but and it's since been resolved. But I'm curious if there's ongoing discussions, since one of their primary focus is on the interbank settlement component that you're also touching.
So, frankly, Ripple's probably the only topic I can't talk about. I just don't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Huge news. Senator Cynthia Lummis says, "We are ready. We are introducing in the next few days to get this bill across the finish line. Clarity is coming." Let's watch this video.
Well, it's taken us virtually every day for the last 10 months to get this bill in the condition it's in today, and we're ready. So we will be introducing in the next few days. We're going to be in session now for 4 straight weeks. It's very important that we get this bill across the finish line before the August recess begins, so we can make the markets aware of the stability that will be provided to them if they remain onshore in the United States to do business. This is a pivotal time for the industry, and we want to meet their needs. We also want to meet the needs of law enforcement with regard to preventing illicit finance and provide consumer protections. We think we've accomplished that goal with this bill. It's been arduous, but we're ready for prime time.
Absolutely. So is it fair to say this bill will be on the Senate floor the week of July 20th?
Well, I expect it'll be that week, but considering the important things that we have to deal with in these 4 weeks, Senator Thune will make the final decision about which week to bring clarity to the floor. We're voting today on the motion to proceed to the National Defense Authorization Act, and as you know, we've got issues with Save America to deal with and other things as well. But Senator Thune is well aware of the importance this bill provides for market stability for digital assets. So I think he'll schedule it this 4-week period.
Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Always remember that XRP was the first asset personally named by Trump for the Crypto Strategic Reserve, XRP first. Our next tweet comes from Ripple XRP. Breaking. The new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh just confirmed the Genius Act will be fully implemented across U.S. banks in days. We are racing to put that out by this deadline this Saturday. The Genius Act is the first crypto bill in U.S. history. Trump is also prepared to sign the Clarity Act. Let's watch this video.
A year ago on Saturday, the Genius Act was signed into law. And with that, a series of deadlines for rules to be promulgated began, and the clock began to tick. You came into your job confirmed approximately 2 months ago. The deadline for the Fed to promulgate rules is this Saturday. Will the Fed meet that deadline?
Well, it's a fair and open question. I have been corrected. I've not been in the job 6 weeks, but 7. We're racing to to put that out by this deadline. I'll just add one other thing, Congressman, without taking too much of your time. I think rulemakings from the bank regulators are best when we have a family fight between and among us, so that there would be one proposed rulemaking for comment. It might not be exactly true this time, but that's my objective, that we'd be coordinated in issuing our rulemakings at the same moment.
I appreciate that. I think from this body, I think there's a huge opportunity with stablecoin, in particular, to make sure that consumers are protected. That was one of the drivers of us passing that legislation. There's a lot of work to be done. You're new in your new role with the Fed, but we would like to be updated if, in fact, that deadline is not made. And then, in fact, when those rules will be promulgated.
Real quick, if this helped, press the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to people who want the truth, not hype. And press the subscribe button if you're done being sold the moon. I've already got your next one right here. Go.